This is Little Bethany, written by Elizabeth M. Valey and narrated by Jasmine Rodgers. The text is copyright 2018, Elizabeth M. Valey, and the audio production copyright 2018, Jasmine Rodgers, under exclusive license from House of Erotica. Introduction. They were trapped. He was trapped. Malcolm passed a trembling hand through his hair before bending over the numbered panel once more. He furiously punched the number 6. The light blinked and then died. He pushed the button again, but the elevator didn't budge. He was stuck inside a small, enclosed place with the last woman he wished to have so close, Bethany. He could feel her hovering behind him, her heels clicking on the hard floor as she stood on tiptoes and then fell back. Panic threatened to overcome him. He took a deep breath, trying to ease the constriction in his chest. Malcolm's head swam slightly. He could smell her perfume, the one she'd worn since she was 15 years old. Vanilla and some other scent that he could never decipher, and she'd never reveal. He pushed the button one last time in a futile attempt to escape her overwhelming presence. With a sigh, he turned around to face her. "We're stuck, Miss O'Neill." Bethany glanced at him and then at the numbered panel behind him. "Stuck?" Chapter 1. Her large green eyes widened in alarm, and she threw herself at the panel, frantically pressing a manicured nail into the round button. Malcolm leaned against the far wall, watching her agitation. She'd grown in the past year. She was no longer a slim girl, but a woman in full bloom, her peach-colored flapper gown unable to hide the curves of her figure. He cursed his bad luck. He was in an elevator with the woman he'd been fantasizing about for years, the one woman he couldn't have. It was already hard enough to be her escort to David's engagement party, but being near her after a year of distance was overpowering. He shook his head. If only Bethany was not David's sister. His lips tilted into a smile as he watched her kick the elevator door in frustration. No, it was a ridiculous notion that would do him more harm than good. Bethany was like the younger sister he'd never had, just as David was like a brother to him. Suddenly, she straightened her posture, patted her hair, smoothed out her dress, and turned to look at him with an unreadable expression. "How long do you think we'll be in here, Malcolm?" "Don't worry, Miss O'Neill. They'll take us out of here in a jiffy," he replied, uncomfortable at her sudden shift in attitude. Bethany stared at him intently. "Malcolm, why don't you ever call me by my name any more?" she asked in a soft whisper. Taken aback by the direct question, Malcolm shuffled his feet and cleared his voice. He searched Bethany's face for any sign of teasing, but she remained serious, except for a mischievous light in the depth of her eyes. He cleared his voice again, discomfited by her gaze. "We're not children anymore, Miss O'Neill." He shrugged back against the wall. "So?" Malcolm's eyes widened. "I beg your pardon?" "We're not children anymore, Malcolm. We're adults, and quite civilized, if I may add. I believe we can call each other by our first names, and the world will not end." "Miss O'Neill!" Malcolm straightened his posture, taken aback by her direct manner. True, Bethany had always been very candid when they were in the privacy of their homes, but in society she had always been a well-mannered lady. Bethany snorted and rolled her eyes. "You're so damn proper. You didn't mind calling me by my name when we played games with my brother." "That was different, Miss O'Neill. We were alone." "We're alone now," she quipped with a smile. "It's not the same." "Why?" "It simply isn't proper for a gentleman to treat a lady by her first name." Bethany watched him in silence, and Malcolm took the chance to recompose himself. He would never admit it to anyone, but he'd missed her fast-witted banter. "I concede, Malcolm. It's not proper for a gentleman to treat a lady by her first name if he doesn't know her, yet you've known me since I was but a wee child. We've played together every summer since I was 5 until I was 16. I thought us friends, Malcolm." "Miss O'Neill, you're taking this out of proportion." "Maybe, but is it so hard for me to ask that my friend treat me as an equal? Friends in France call each other by their first names." "Is that so?" He raised his eyebrows skeptically. Bethany laughed. "Whether you believe it or not, it's the truth. Once we get out of here, you shall see how David's bride calls me Bethany, and I call her Vivian." She paused. "Do you like my dress, Malcolm?" "What?" "Do you like my dress?"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?